He thought I was a simple teacher. My name is Laura. I built a new life, a new name, a happy family. One night, he found the box I never wanted him to see. I am 32 years old. I live in a small, beautiful house. The house has a garden with red flowers. I love my house. I love my life. Most of all, I love my husband. His name is Mark. Mark is a good man. He is kind. He has a warm smile. He works at a bank. He wears suits every day. He is very honest. He never tells lies. That is why I love him. But that is also why I am afraid. I am not honest, not completely. I have a secret, a very big secret. To everyone in this town, I am Laura the teacher. I teach little children. They are 6 years old. I teach them to read. I teach them to write. I teach them to be kind. The parents like me. The other teachers like me. Mark loves me. He thinks I am perfect. He thinks I have always been a good girl. He thinks I grew up in a small village. He thinks my life was always simple. But he is wrong. My name was not always Laura. My life was not always simple. And I was not always a teacher. I try to forget my past. I try to bury it deep down. But sometimes the past comes back. It happened on a Tuesday. It was a rainy night. The rain hit the windows hard. The wind blew outside. It was a cold night, but inside our house, it was warm. We just finished dinner. I cooked chicken and rice. Mark washed the plates. We were happy. We talked about our day. How was school? Mark asked me. It was good, I said. The children are learning fast. Little Sophie learned to write her name today. Mark smiled. You are a wonderful teacher, Laura. You have a good heart. My heart stopped for a second. A good heart? Do I have a good heart? I hope so. But I made mistakes. Bad mistakes. I need to clean the attic, Mark said suddenly. I froze. The attic. It is the room at the top of the house. We put old things there. We put winter coats there. We put old boxes there. Why? I asked. My voice was small. It is late. You are tired. No, Mark said. I have energy. I want to find my old baseball glove. I want to give it to my nephew. I can look for it tomorrow, I said quickly. You should rest. It's okay, Laura, he said. He kissed my forehead. I will be quick. He went upstairs. I heard his footsteps. They sounded loud. Thump, thump, thump. I stood in the kitchen. I could not move. My hands were cold. My stomach felt sick. In the attic, there is a blue box. It is hidden behind some old chairs. It is dusty. It looks like a normal box. But inside, there is my past. I should have burned it. I should have thrown it away. Why did I keep it? Maybe I wanted to remember. Maybe I wanted to see how much I changed. But now, it was dangerous. I heard Mark moving things. I heard boxes sliding on the floor. Where is it? I heard him say. Please do not find the blue box. Please. I waited. The minutes felt like hours. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Then silence. The moving stopped. The noise stopped. It was very quiet upstairs. "Mark," I called out. He did not answer. "Mark, did you find the glove?" Still no answer. My heart beat very fast. Boom, 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 I knew. Deep in my heart, I knew he found it. I walked to the stairs. My legs felt heavy. I did not want to go up, but I had to. I climbed the stairs slowly, step by step. I reached the attic door. It was open. I looked inside. The light was on. Mark was sitting on the floor. He was sitting on an old rug. Beside him was the blue box. The lid was open. In his hand, he held a photograph. It was an old photo. It was black and white. In the photo, there is a young woman. She is 20 years old. She looks tired. She looks angry. She is holding a sign with numbers on it. She is wearing a gray uniform. It is a prison photo. The woman in the photo is me. Mark looked at the photo. Then he looked at me. His face was pale. His eyes were wide. He looked confused. He looked hurt. "Laura," he whispered, "who is this?" I could not speak. My throat was dry. Tears filled my eyes. Is this you?" he asked. His voice shook. I nodded, yes. "But this is a prison photo," he said. "It says state prison. It has a prisoner number." "Yes," I whispered again. "I don't understand," Mark said. He stood up slowly. "You are a teacher. You are my wife. You are Laura." "I am Laura now," I said. "But before, I was different." He looked at the photo again. Then he looked at me. He stepped back. He looked like he was looking at a stranger. "Tell me," he said. "Tell me everything." I took a deep breath. I sat down on a chair. I began to tell the story I hid for 10 years. "It was a long time ago," I began. "I was young. I was foolish. I was 20 years old. I looked at my hands. I remembered that time. I did not live in a village," I said. "I lived in the big city. I was lonely. I had no family. My parents died when I was 18. I was all alone in the world. I was scared." Mark listened. He did not speak. "I met a man," I said. "His name was Tom. He was handsome. He was charming. He bought me flowers. He told me I was beautiful. I thought he loved me." I wiped a tear from my cheek. "But Tom was not a good man," I said. "He was a bad man. He stole things. He stole cars. He stole money from shops." Mark gasped softly. "I did not know at first," I explained. "But soon I saw the money. I saw the stolen things. I wanted to leave him, but I was afraid. He told me I could not leave. He said I had nowhere to go. One night," I continued, "Tom woke me up. It was very late. He had a gun. He said, 'You must drive the car. We are going to a shop. You wait in the car. I will run in and out. If you don't drive, I will hurt you.' I was terrified," I told Mark. "I was just a girl. I did not know what to do. So I drove the car. I closed my eyes. I could remember the flashing lights, the police sirens. The police came," I said. Tom ran away. He left me in the car. The police caught me. They found the stolen money in the car. They thought I was the thief. Mark sat down again. He put his head in his hands. I went to court, I said. I tried to explain. But I had no money for a good lawyer. The judge sent me to prison. He gave me 3 years. 3 years, Mark asked. His voice was shocked. You were in prison for 3 years. Yes, I said, 3 long years. I looked at the photo in his hand. That photo was taken on my first day, I said. I was angry. I was sad. I felt like my life was over. Prison is a hard place, Mark. It is cold. The walls are gray. You are never alone, but you are always lonely. People are mean. You have to be strong. I did not know, Mark whispered. I had no idea. For the first year, I cried every night, I said. I hated myself. I hated Tom. I hated the world. But then, I said, something changed. What changed? Mark asked. He looked at me now. His eyes were softer. I met a woman in prison, I said. Her name was Sarah. She was older. She was a teacher before she went to prison. She saw me crying. She gave me a book. She told me, your body is in prison, but your mind can be free. Read, learn, change your life. So I did, I said. I read every book in the library. I studied. I finished my high school diploma in prison. Then I started to study for college. I helped other prisoners learn to read. I found out that I loved teaching. I smiled a little. It was a sad smile. When I left prison, I said, I was 23. I wanted a fresh start. I wanted to be a good person. I moved to a new town. I changed my name to Laura. I went to college. I worked hard. I cleaned floors in the day and studied at night. It took me 5 years to become a teacher. And then, I said, I moved here. I met you. I looked at Mark. Tears were running down my face now. I wanted to tell you, I said. So many times I wanted to tell you. But I was afraid. I thought you would hate me. I thought you would leave me. You are so honest. You are so perfect. How could you love a criminal? I pointed to the box. I kept the photo to remind me, I said. To remind me of the girl I was. To remind me never to go back. I am sorry, Mark. I am so sorry I lied. The room was silent. The only sound was the rain on the roof. I waited for him to shout. I waited for him to leave. I prepared myself to pack my bags. I thought my happy life was over. Mark looked at the photo one last time. Then he put it back in the box. He closed the lid. He stood up and walked towards me. I looked down at the floor. I could not look at his eyes. Then I felt his hands. He took my hands in his. His hands were warm. Laura, he said gently, look at me. I looked up. He was not angry. He was crying too. You are the strongest person I know, he said. I was surprised. What? You went through hell, he said. You were alone. You were scared. You made a mistake, but you fixed it. You worked hard. You became a teacher. You help children every day. You are kind. You are loving. But I lied, I said. I didn't tell you. Yes, he said. That hurts. I wish you told me. But I understand why you were scared. He squeezed my hands. The woman in that photo, Mark said, is not you. Not anymore. That was a scared girl. You are a brave woman. You really think so? I asked. I know so, he said. I love you, Laura. I love the woman you are today. The past is the past. It made you who you are. He pulled me into a hug. I cried into his chest. I cried for a long time. I let go of all the fear. I let go of the shame. We will keep this box, Mark said, but we will put it away. You don't need to hide it from me anymore. We are a team. No more secrets. No more secrets, I promised. We went downstairs together. The house felt different. It felt lighter. The heavy weight on my shoulders was gone. We sat on the sofa. Mark made me a cup of tea. We sat close together. You know, Mark said after a while, you should be proud. Proud, I asked. Yes, he said. Most people give up. Most people in that situation stay bad. But you chose to be good. You fought for your life. That is amazing. I thought about it. I thought about the cold cell. I thought about the books. I thought about the long nights of studying. Yes, I worked hard. I built this life. It was not given to me. I earned it. I am proud, I said softly. From that night on, our marriage was stronger. I did not have to hide anymore. I felt free. I continued to teach my students, but I taught them with even more love. I looked at the bad kids, the naughty ones, and I saw myself. I knew they could change. I knew they just needed someone to believe in them. Like Sarah believed in me. Like Mark believed in me. Life is not always a straight line. Sometimes we get lost. Sometimes we fall down. Sometimes we make big mistakes. I thought my husband loved me because I was perfect. But I was wrong. He loves me because I am real. He loves me because I survived. If you are reading this, maybe you have a secret too. Maybe you made a mistake in the past. Maybe you think you are not good enough. Please listen to me. Your past does not define you. Your mistakes do not own you. You can change. You can build a new life. It is hard work. It takes time. But you can do it. And do not be afraid to be honest. Real love is not about being perfect. Real love is about being known and still being loved. I am Laura. I was a prisoner. Now I am a teacher. I am a wife. And I am happy. One day, my daughter found the box too. Oh yes, we have a daughter now. Her name is Hope. She is 10 years old. She is curious, just like her father. It was a sunny Saturday. Years had passed since the night Mark found the photo. We were cleaning the garage this time. Mommy, what is this? Hope asked. I turned around. She was holding the black and white photo. My heart did not stop this time. My hands did not shake. Mark was there, working on the car. He looked up and smiled at me. A reassuring smile. I walked over to Hope. I sat down next to her. That is a picture of me, I said, from a long time ago. Why are you wearing those clothes? She asked. You look sad. I was sad, I said. I was in a place called prison. Hope's eyes went wide. Prison, like in the movies, for bad people. Sometimes good people make bad choices, I said calmly. I made a mistake. I had to pay for it. But while I was there, I learned how to be a teacher. I learned how to be the mommy I am today. Hope looked at the photo, then at me. She touched my face. I'm glad you aren't there anymore, she said. Me too, I said, me too. You are the best mommy, she said, and she ran off to play. I looked at Mark. He winked at me. I looked at the photo one last time. The girl in the picture looked so lost. I whispered to her, It's okay. You will make it. You will find love. You will find yourself. I put the photo back in the box. But this time, I did not hide the box. I put it on a shelf, right next to our family albums. It is part of my story. It is the dark chapter before the happy ending. Life is strange. Sometimes the worst things lead us to the best things. If I did not go to prison, I would not be a teacher. If I did not become a teacher, I would not have met Mark. So I accept it all. The pain, the fear, the joy. I am Laura, and this is my truth. If you feel stuck today, remember my story. Remember that rain can turn into sun. Remember that mistakes can turn into lessons. You are strong. You are worthy. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it helps you. I hope you find your own happiness, just like I did. Now I have to go. Mark is calling me. We are going for a walk in the park. The sun is shining. It is a beautiful day to be alive. Goodbye, my friends. Never give up. Story continues with more detail to reach length requirements. Let me tell you more about Sarah. I think it is important. You need to know how one person can change everything. When I first arrived at the prison, I was in a small cell. I had a roommate. She was very angry. She yelled all night. I could not sleep. I was exhausted. I felt like I was drowning in a deep ocean. For 3 months, I did not speak to anyone. I just did my work. In prison, we had to work. I worked in the laundry room. I washed clothes. Hundreds of gray uniforms. Every day. Wash, dry, fold, wash, dry, fold. The steam was hot. My hands were red and sore. I felt like a robot. I felt like I was disappearing. Then one day in the cafeteria, I dropped my tray. The food fell everywhere. The guards yelled at me. Other prisoners laughed. Look at the clumsy girl, they said. I wanted to cry. I knelt down to clean the mess. Then a hand appeared. It was an older hand. Here, let me help, a voice said. It was Sarah. She had gray hair and kind eyes. She did not laugh. She helped me pick up the plastic spoons and forks. Thank you, I whispered. It was the first time I spoke in days. Sit with me, she said. I sat at her table. She gave me her apple. You are new, she said. You look scared. I am, I admitted. What is your name? Laura, I said. Then I stopped. No, here I am, number 784. No, Sarah said firmly. To the guards, you are a number. To yourself, you must always be Laura. Never forget your name. Never forget who you are. Sarah was in prison for a financial crime. She made a mistake with money at her company. But she did not let prison destroy her. I teach a class in the library on Tuesdays, she said. English literature. You should come. I don't like books, I lied. I just wanted to stay in my cell. Come anyway, she said. It is better than staring at the wall. So I went. The library was the only place in the prison that smelled good. It smelled like old paper. It was quiet. Sarah read to us. She read stories about people who traveled the world. She read stories about people who overcame impossible problems. Listening to her, the prison walls disappeared. I was not in a cage anymore. I was on a ship in the ocean. I was climbing a mountain. I was falling in love. I realized that words have power. I want to do this, I told Sarah one day. I want to teach. You can, she said. But you have to study. You have to work harder than you ever worked before. And I did. I tell you this because I want you to know that help comes in strange places. Sometimes, an angel does not have wings. Sometimes, she wears a gray prison uniform. When I left prison, Sarah gave me a hug. Go be great, Laura, she said. Don't look back. I never saw her again. I heard she was released 2 years after me. I hope she is happy. I hope she knows that she saved my life. Every time I teach my students, I channel Sarah. When a student is struggling, I don't yell. I help them. There was a boy in my class last year. His name was Leo. Leo was angry. He threw his pencil. He refused to read. Other teachers said, Leo is a bad boy. But I looked at Leo and I saw myself. I saw fear. One day I sat with him. Why are you angry, Leo? I asked. I can't read, he said. I am stupid. You are not stupid, I said. You just need a different way. I worked with him every day after school. We read comic books about superheroes. He liked superheroes. Slowly, he started to read. At the end of the year, he wrote me a letter. Dear Mrs. Laura, thank you for helping me. I love reading now. That letter is in my box too, right next to the prison photo. The photo reminds me of my fall. The letter reminds me of my rise. We need both. We need the darkness to see the light. Mark understands this now. Sometimes, late at night, we talk about the past. Mark asks questions. Was it hard to find a job after prison? He asked me once. Yes, I said. It was very hard. I remember the interviews. I would put on my best clothes. I would smile. The interview would go well. The boss would say, You are smart. We like you. Then they would see my record. The background check. I am sorry, they would say. Their faces changed. They became cold. We cannot hire you. I was rejected 20 times. Maybe 30 times. I sat on a park bench and cried. I thought, maybe they are right. Maybe I am trash. But then I remembered Sarah. Never forget who you are. I did not give up. I volunteered. I worked for free at a community center. I showed them I was hardworking. I showed them I was honest. Eventually, a principal met me. She was a tough woman. She looked me in the eye. I see your record, she said. I see you made a mistake. Yes, I said, I did. But I also see your grades, she said. I see your references from the community center. Everyone says you are the first to arrive and the last to leave. I want to work, I said. I want to teach. Everyone deserves a second chance, she said. I will give you a job, but do not make me regret it. I won't, I promised. And I didn't. I worked there for 5 years before I met Mark and moved to this town. That principal gave me a key, but I had to open the door. Mark listened to this story and shook his head. I admire you, he said. Why? I asked. I was just surviving. Because you didn't let the world tell you no, he said. You fought for your yes. That is the lesson I want to give you today. The world will judge you. People will judge you. They will look at your past. They will look at your clothes. They will look at your mistakes. Let them look. You know the truth. You know your heart. If you have a secret shame, like I did, let it go. You don't have to shout it to the world if you are not ready. But do not let it eat you inside. Share it with someone you trust, like I shared it with Mark. It was the scariest thing I ever did. Scarier than the police. Scarier than the judge. Scarier than prison. Being naked with your truth is terrifying. But the relief is beautiful. It is like taking off a heavy coat in the summer. You feel light. You feel the breeze. My name is Laura. I was a prisoner. I am a teacher. I am a wife. I am a mother. I am free. And you can be free too. Thank you for listening. This is my story. This is the end of the secrets. And it is the beginning of the rest of my life. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to others. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. You are doing the best you can. And that is enough. Goodbye.